Today, we're kicking things up a notch with not one, not two, but 4 insane food challenges in Mumbai. First up, we're taking on the city's cheapest eats, eating as much street food as possible with $5. Then it's all about the plant-based goodness as we explore Mumbai's veggie favorites. As the sun sets, we'll uncover 5 gut-busting late-night dishes that you can only find when the sun goes down. But first, let's dive into 5 of Mumbai's most outrageous, oversized foods. Meet the culinary maestros at this unassuming street-side stall, a father-son duo with appetites as big as their creations. Brace yourselves, because their signature sandwich, the Bhubali, isn't just a meal, it's a carb-loaded beast that'll leave you wondering why you ever settled for ordinary. To build this monstrous creation, snag 4 slices of plain white bread and ruthlessly remove the edges. We've got work to do and we can't let crust stand in our way. Butter up the first slice and spread on a bed of green chutney. Proceed with pickled baby corn, ginger garlic paste, and a sprinkling of chaat masala. Add red onions, green bell pepper slices, and a shower of cheese confetti. Now drizzle mayo like there's no tomorrow, and like heart attacks aren't a thing. That was the first tier. Now on to the second. Pineapple slices, pickled jalapenos, and black olives join the party. Grate more cheese and let the mayo rain down. For the next slice, one side gets a smearing of mango jam, while the other side gets anointed with Szechuan chutney. Crown it with fresh tomato slices, a sprinkle of chaat masala, finely chopped fresh cabbage, and of course, an extra dose of mayo. Grate beetroot, carrot, and green mango on top. Sprinkle with chaat masala and generously coat it with more mayo. Seal the masterpiece with another layer of bread, spread with green chutney, then cut it into 9 pieces. Each is practically a meal on its own. Finally, crown it with a handful of banana chips, because French fries would be too high calorie. Time to let the sandwich madness begin. Meet the heavyweight champ of sandwiches, clocking in at a solid 3.5 pounds. With over 20 different ingredients, every bite is a confusing but flavor-packed journey that keeps your taste buds guessing. But here's the kicker, what you witnessed is only level 1. Next, we'll take on a paratha so big it could feed Indian Godzilla. Level 2 introduces the Halwa Parata, a flatbed masterpiece, redefining the meaning of big. This behemoth of a paratha is practically auditioning to become the city's next landmark. Think of it like a pizza on steroids. Boldly marrying sweet Arab flavors. It's a fusion spectacle that'll both satisfy and totally overwhelm your sweet tooth.
At least 60 kg of halwa is prepared in a day. In one paratha, there will be around 1 kg of dough going in.
First up, we dive into the world of halwa. In this sugar syrup extravaganza, mix a couple of sugar bags into water, add a splash of food coloring, and stir the sweetness to life. Then add a packet of milk, let it boil, and set aside. Next, the halwa. Heat up a giant wok. Throw in vanaspati, a budget-friendly clarified butter substitute made from vegetable oil. Then add semolina and let the magic happen. Drizzle in our vibrant sugar syrup and witness the transformation. Guys, this stall sells up to 90 pounds of this sweet stuff every single day. Now for the other half of this epic dish, paratha bread. Start with the dough made from maida, an Indian white flour. Press and stretch it using oil, then toss it like you work at a giant pizza shop or a circus, because this is starting to feel more like acrobatics than actual cooking. Once the dough reaches superhero proportions, fry it on both sides. Finally, crown it with our halwa and sprinkle on small heaps of candied fruits and coconut powder. The Halwa Parata. It's a Titan-sized treat for our adventurous foodies, offering an intriguing blend of sweet and savory. The crispy perfection of flatbread joins forces with the soft and sticky halwa, creating a duo that doesn't just satisfy cravings, it stages a full-blown flavor heist in your mouth hole. On to level 3. Next up on our giant food adventure, a food spot that cracks open 1,000 eggs daily, whipping up a feast that could fuel an entire army of bodybuilders for days. This is egg bhuji,
700 बनाते 200 का भी बनाते.
In a batch of preparation, it goes up to 200 to 250 eggs. And for a plate, it will be 2 to 3 eggs. In a day, we require about 500, 600, 700 eggs. On weekends like Friday, Saturday and Sunday, we require about 1200 to 1500 eggs.
Start by sautéing enough red diced onions to build a culinary mountain. Pour in a generous amount of ghee and toss in a whole bag of green chilies for that spicy kick. Amp up the flavors with another bucket of that glorious ghee and let all that magic mingle. Introduce a giant plate of chopped tomatoes to the mix, stirring it up. Season with salt and red chili powder, then give it another good stir. Here comes the fun part. Grab a masher and bring these ingredients together on an atomic level. Now for the main event. Crack 1,000 eggs. Excuse me, what I said was, it's so many eggs. Seriously, this is a number that would surely raise alarms within the chicken community. Next, we cook and blend them into our flavorful concoction, repeating until the consistency rivals the finest scrambled eggs. Sprinkle in some fresh coriander and serve with buttered pav. Diving into egg burji is like swimming in a sea of velvety scrambled eggs, aromatic spices, and fragrant onions and tomatoes. As if that weren't enough, the buttered pav crowns the experience with an extra layer of comforting flavors. And the cherry on top, it's all yours for less than $2, leaving both your stomach and wallet in a state of pure satisfaction. Our fourth contender is a sky-high creation in the world of Indian junk food, Mumbai's tallest veggie burger. But is this just another vegan conspiracy, or does this towering burger have what it takes to satisfy the most dedicated of meat lovers? Me. Basically, I'm talking about me.
So as of now we have India's tallest pure vegetarian burger, which is the Lambu Burger, and its size is around 17 inches tall. We just wanted to grab attention of the people that we are doing something unique. So we had to create something big, something fancy, like a wow moment for a customer, and that eventually helped us to scale our brand and get known.
Say hello to the Lambu Burger. It starts with buttered up burger buns, 6 of them to be exact. Pile on a spoonful of coleslaw, a few slices of juicy tomato, and a layer of aloo tikki, a deep fried potato patty, kinda like an American hash brown. Next, an oh-so-generous drizzle of mayonnaise and Southwest sauce. If you've been to Chipotle, then you know the one. Here they make it from mayo, horseradish, ketchup, and paprika. Follow that with a slice of cheese. Then impale the whole creation on a giant skewer to ensure our tower stands tall. A slice of green bell pepper comes next, followed by a little Jenga action with potato wedges and French fries. Drizzle on some more Southwest sauce and barbecue sauce. Then add another burger patty. Repeat this process 2 more times until the tower reaches an impressive 20 inches in height. Crown this masterpiece with 2 onion rings and surround it with additional potato wedges and fries. And because being vegetarian and healthy are not mutually exclusive in this burger universe, finish with an overwhelming downpour of cheese sauce and grated cheese. But wait, didn't that cheese come from a cow? Shh, let's not talk about it. This burger tower could satisfy an Arabian prince. The layers of crispy potato wedges, fried aloo tikki, mixed with a concoction of tangy and spicy sauces, plus melted cheeses. It all results in complete and total mouthful satisfaction. That's right, I said mouthful. For our grand finale in our epic food journey, the Feed the Whole Town platter. It could feed more people than there were at your last family reunion. You know, before they kicked you out of the family group chat for becoming vegan. Yeah, that family. Meet the Dara Singh Thali, a food challenge created by this restaurant.
It was just to give tribute to our iconic wrestler, Mr. late Dara Singh.
Featuring 43 Indian delights.
4 to 5 people can consume that easily.
Finish it by yourself in under 1 hour and your entire meal is free. And guess what? You'll get a complimentary dinner for your family too.
No, till now nobody has finished that challenge.
Start with the holy trinity of rice wonders. Plain white, fragrant murg musalam rice, entwined with a whole chicken and aromatic chicken biryani. Now let's dive into the main courses. Chicken amritsari, lamb curry, butter chicken, chef's special fish curry, prawn curry, egg mutton keema, dal makhani, and Punjabi kari pakora. Next, a battalion of accompaniments: lasuni chutney, pudina chutney, lacha onion, stick salad, murg achar, and plain curd. Finally, a few drinks to wash it all down: black currant mojito, haribari shikanjal, lassi, and chas. Enter the meaty realm of walnut sheikh kebabs, mutton sheikh kebab, fish kali wada, and Punjabi succulent grilled chicken skewers. Now for the breads: lacha roti, aloo paratha, cornbread roti, churchur naan, and papai. Finally, the desserts: jalebi, rabri, crispy malpua, gulab jamun, halwa, and good old ice cream. Welcome to this grand food fiesta. It's like trying to fit all of India onto a single plate. A symphony of flavors, a riot of colors, and enough variety to make you totally confused about where to start. The taste of each and every dish is different. From rices and breads to sweets and spicy curries to savory and sweet drinks, meats and, well, yeah, you get the point. After indulging in 5 monstrous street foods that set my wallet ablaze, it's time to cool things down with another challenge. That is $5 for the entire day. Our journey starts with our first move, Sev Kamani. Tucked away in India's largest jewelry market, we discover our own hidden treasure. This Gujarati masterpiece brings a burst of flavors at very low prices. For a plate packed with the perfect blend of split chickpeas and chilies, it'll only set you back 30 cents. To make Sev Kamani, start by pouring sunflower oil into a pan. Once it's sizzling hot, toss in green chilies, turning them from deadly weapons into delightful, harmless sides. Now to the leftover oil. Add mustard seeds and everyone's favorite asafoetida powder. This seasoning, also known as devil's dung, has an aroma that's strong enough to scare away evil spirits. But fear not, it'll soon transform into a flavor resembling leeks or onions. Next, introduce the Kamani mixture, a magical blend of split chickpea flour and turmeric for that Instagram-worthy color. Follow that with a generous amount of salt and water and mix it well. Add a small glass of lemon juice for that zesty kick, then serve with Sev, chopped onions, coriander, and those fried chilies. Think of Sev Kamani as the love child of couscous and clouds, dancing with the satisfying crunch of Sev, and the chili offers a spicy finish. Fingers crossed that our budget withstands the journey as we gear up for the next economical delight. With plenty of budget remaining, let's see if we can get through 4 more street foods. Our next spot, a charming street food cart offering a diverse lineup of egg-centric eats. Today's headliner, the scorching egg Chingari, a dish so fiery it not only sets taste buds ablaze, but it also manages to swipe a few extra coins from the pockets of locals, especially budget-conscious college students in the area. Not only will it set your mouth on fire, but it will give you the pleasure of incinerated taste buds for a low price.
मेरा नाम सुब्रतो नायक मेरा शॉप का नाम है डिलीशियस एग कॉर्नर
My name is Subrato Naik. My shop's name is Delicious Egg Corner. On usual days, I sell around 300 to 350 eggs, and in weekends it goes between 400 to 450. Chingari came into my menu after the lockdown. I got this idea from Surat. There was a dish called Gotala, which was not that spicier. Then I made it more spicier to suit the taste of Mumbai, and I got the dish Chingari.
Start by creating the base gravy. Sizzle up chopped onions, tomatoes, and spring onions. Season with salt, cumin powder, turmeric powder, chaat masala, garam masala, a good amount of butter, and mash everything together. Introduce a few boiled egg yolks and a spoonful of Szechuan sauce for that signature spice. After all, Chingari translates to spark or flame. Dilute the concoction with a dash of water, garnish with fresh coriander, and set the savory gravy aside. Now melt some butter, mix in the chopped boiled egg whites, and sprinkle in salt and chili powder. Combine this dynamic duo with the gravy, crown it with more fresh coriander, and for the final touch, butter up the pan and toast up some pavs. This dish is proof that you can cook up the most amazing flavors with simple, cheap ingredients. Feel the subtle burn from the spices, complemented by the kick of Szechuan sauce. Experience the comforting wave of boiled egg yolks and the chunky delight of egg whites, all served alongside perfectly toasted buttery pavs. And all this for $1.93. So far, we've already invested about $3 in this street food, but the feast is far from over. Now our next stop might incite a marital disagreement. That is, if you choose it, for a budget-friendly anniversary dinner for you and your wife. And don't ask me how I know that, but it does earn its spot as number 3 on our list, because what this 4-generation-old bakery specializes in is still pretty dang delicious.
मेरा नाम देवाराम चौधरी है.
The price of dahi patties is rupees 60. We have customers from olden times and even new customers come in, and even people who work over here come here. So to make it affordable for them, we have kept the prices low. Around 1000 to 1500 plates are sold over here.
Start with a generous sizzle of butter on the hot tawa and dance in 2 potato patties, also known as aloo tikki. Now wait for them to transform into golden hash browns. Once the edges achieve that perfect crispiness, transfer them to a plate and crown them with ragda, a traditional gravy crafted from white peas and a blend of spices. Next, the red chutney, green chutney, and tamarind chutney. Add a few dashes of chopped masala and mix it all together. Now enter the yogurt cascade, adding a creamy touch. Finally, a dusting of jeera powder, a rain of chopped onions, and the grand finale, a generous downpour of sev, those delightful chickpea flour noodles. Then crushed puris, the Indian biscuit, chopped fresh coriander, and carrots. Top it all off with roasted split chickpeas, also known as chana dal. For less than $1, dahi patis delivers an explosive burst of textures and flavors in every bite. The zesty kick of tangy chutneys, the sweetened embrace of yogurt melding with the spiced aloo patties, and of course, the delightful crunch of sev. In our 4th round, we've got a chef whose hands move faster than helicopter blades, crafting a mouth-watering street snack that's heavy on the stomach but light on the pocketbook, coming in at only 50 cents. Say hello to Helicopter Bell. Start by loading up with a pot of puffed rice, sev, crushed puris, spiced chana dal, and roasted ground nuts. Squeeze some lemon over the concoction and begin layering the ingredients. Mashed potatoes, chopped red onions, black salt, more crushed puris, more sev, and fresh coriander. Then a trio of chutneys take the stage. Garlic and chili chutney for a spicy kick, coriander and mint chutneys for freshness, and tamarind and date chutneys for some sweetness. Now watch as the chef's hands morph into helicopter propellers, swirling everything around in a tornado-like flight, all to ensure a perfect blend. Finally, plate it up and crown it with additional crushed puris, sev, chopped coriander, onions, tomatoes, and a side of tamarind and date chutney. True to its name, Helicopter Bell is a flavor tornado, encompassing sweet, spicy, and minty notes, along with fresh fruit and hints of vegetable. The texture, it's just dynamic, offering various levels and styles of crunchiness in every single bite. Our $5 food bank is dwindling, but the meat cravings are kicking in. I've got my eyes set on a place that serves one of the most signature chicken delicacies in all of Mumbai. But the big question is, will our remaining cash be enough? Introducing chicken keema, a dish that once graced the royal tables of the Mughal era, now humbly mingling with the masses and earning its spot in the grand finale in our cheap street food challenge. Start by adding vegetable oil to a pan. Roast bay leaves, cinnamon, cloves, and fennel seeds. Toss in chopped onions and let them saute until the kitchen is filled with the aroma of deliciousness. Splash in a bit of water, ginger garlic paste, turmeric powder, garam masala, and chili powder. Then a touch more water to create the perfect dry gravy. Enter the minced chicken meat. Finish it off with a sprinkle of chopped coriander and a few lemon slices. The chicken is wearing its dry, spicy coat with pride, delivering a flavor explosion that feels like a rebellion in your mouth. No royal decree needed, just a knowing nod of approval from your taste buds. Unfortunately, our $5 budget flew out the window with that chicken keema, but every dish was worth the splurge. And get this, 4 out of 5 were veggie options. Now that's got me curious. Can we find 5 more meatless wonders and uncover why Indian vegetarian food reigns supreme over vegetarian food in the USA? Let's get started. Our food adventure begins at a spot that's like a mad scientist's lab, a place crafting greasy wonders from tapioca balls. You know, the same ones you find in bubble tea, but here they're mixed and mashed with potatoes. This creation is fried into crispy perfection, and Mumbai locals love it.
मुंबई सर बहुत सारे वेज रेस्टोरेंट्स हैं लेकिन
In Mumbai, you will find plenty of other vegetarian restaurants. Now, there is a trend that people prefer veg food more than non-veg food since it is healthier. So there is a slight increase in customers over the years.
Say hello to Sabudan Vada. Vada is the all-encompassing term for Indian snacks, covering everything from fritters to cutlets and dumplings. To make this dish, begin by loading up a plate of tapioca pearls, which ordinarily are pretty bland on their own. But these little bulbous dudes are the unsung heroes of texture. Toss in potatoes, peanuts, and a dash of tapioca flour, all for that coveted bounce factor. Spice things up with chopped green chilies, salt, and a hint of sugar for that flavor burst. Blend this magical mix, shape it into tiny balls, and let them take a dip in a hot oil jacuzzi. Once the shell achieves the pinnacle of crispiness, pair it with a creamy curd dip. It's not quite like bubble tea. These tapioca balls pop in your mouth, releasing a mix of sweet, savory, and a hint of chili heat. It's sure to make you go back for seconds, thirds, or you know what? Who's counting? It's vegetarian. That means it has to be healthy. Going vegetarian in the Western world makes you think you'll need an Elon Musk level of wealth just to afford a decent meal. But in India, they've mastered the art of flavor without eventually having to file for bankruptcy. Enter level 2 in our flavor escapade, Juna Bakar, proving you can have opulent taste explosions without a billionaire's paycheck.
Many people have come to Mumbai from different places and different cities. You will find a wide variety of food and spices from different cultures and communities here. The taste of Juna Bakar is inspired by that, and it is a mix of spices from each community.
First, let's tackle the junka, a Maharashtrian porridge made from gram flour. Heat oil in a wok and add mustard seeds, cumin, and smashed garlic. Toss in curry leaves, green chili, and red onions. Then add turmeric, red chili powder, salt, gram flour, and garam masala, mixing until it's dry. Pour in water and continue mixing until you achieve a porridge-like consistency. Finish it off with a sprinkle of fresh coriander. In another pan, we prepare our flavor agent, also known as tikka. Add oil, cumin, green chili, peanuts, and garlic cloves, then cook for about 3 minutes. Transfer the mixture into a mortar, smash, and biggity boom. Your spicy condiment is ready to shine. Lastly, let's not forget about bakri, a North Indian flatbread. Mix sorghum, flour, and salt with water. Knead the dough and roll it into small balls. Press these into flat discs and grill them on a hot tawa on both sides. A round of applause for the Juna Bakar. This dish went from humble peasant origins in rural areas to stealing the spotlight at weddings and Hindu festivals. It's kind of like the Cinderella story of vegetarian food. To devour it the proper way, think of it like crafting your own edible masterpiece. Grab that bakar bread, fashion it into mini tacos or wraps, generously stuff it with the hearty chickpea porridge, and, of course, don't forget to sprinkle in just the right amount of tikka to season it. Hold on to your salad forks, because we're about to tackle the world of super rice, a dish so nutritious it makes your attempts at a balanced diet look like a failed science experiment. Let's just say it's packed with more fiber and more energy-rich carbs than your average menu item, and it gets bonus points for having fewer calories. This, my friends, is poha.
Our poha is into the Maharashtrian type. It's onion and garnished with the coconut on that. It is our grandma recipe. The spices and everything is authentic, so the taste is totally different from any other misal. I think it's a light breakfast.
To make it, start by giving flattened rice a good wash and soak to unleash its nutritional superpowers that soak up like a flavor sponge. In a wok, kick off the flavor fiesta with mustard seeds, cumin seeds, curry leaves, red onions, and diced tomatoes. Then introduce green peas, boiled potatoes, and peanuts to the party. Time for the seasoning magic. Turmeric powder, salt, and a zesty squeeze of lime. Sprinkle in the flattened rice, give it a good mix, and crown it with fresh chopped coriander and grated coconuts for the final touch. This is a meal that even a bodybuilder would secretly drool over. It's a nutritional powerhouse, giving you all the gains without the guilt of unnecessary calories. The rice has a bit of nuttiness, and the lime adds a zing that's more surprising than accidentally biting into a chili. We're almost at our final level of flavor on our veggie tour. But before that, how about a tea break? Our next dish is the perfect pairing with some hot chai. But here's the thing, it's not a dessert or a sugary treat. Instead, it's a coriander-packed creation that has tea lovers in India in a chokehold. So say farewell to the usual sugary suspects and get ready for a savory twist. Meet Koti Mibir Wadi in a pan, add a splash of oil. Then cue in the spice ensemble: mustard seeds, cumin, red chili powder, turmeric powder, ginger garlic paste, and a hearty dose of chopped coriander leaves. Toss in a few scoops of gram flour, stirring until it morphs into a delectable paste. Spread this concoction evenly on the tray, allowing it to cool. Once it reaches the perfect temperature, cut it into uniform squares and take it on a deep fried plunge until a satisfyingly crispy crust emerges. Don't be deceived by their appearance. These squares of delight may resemble your favorite fudgy brownies, but the taste and texture tell a different story. Instead of a sweet treat, you'll experience a crispy, savory cake bursting with aromatic spices and a final kick of coriander that'll leave your taste buds applauding. For our grand finale, we're unveiling the secrets surrounding Mumbai's most sought-after veggie treat. This humble cracker, no, I'm not talking about myself, has the whole city queuing up like a theme park ride, and we're diving in to uncover why it's so dang addictive.
I started making khichya papad at the age of 15. I stayed with the Marwadi family for 1 month and learned the process of making khichya papad. I make this papad at home. It is made with flour. After that, it is dried for 2 days.
Bow down to the great khichya papad. To make this dish, begin by roasting a cracker made from black gram bean flour over the coal. As the flames work their magic, watch its texture transform from stone hard all the way to a crispy delight, ready to soak up all those flavors. Give it the royal treatment with a brush of melted butter and a sprinkle of chili powder for that extra kick. Now prepare for the grand topping ceremony. Chopped cucumbers, tomatoes, red onions, and a dash of chaat masala. Follow that with red chutney, green chutney, and sev. Crown it all with fresh coriander leaves, chopped carrots, roasted chana dal, a squeeze of lemon, and a final dash of chaat masala. This dish is proof that you don't need fancy ingredients to turn a simple snack into a food sensation, at least not in Mumbai. Here it's all about the balance of flavors and textures. The center of the cracker soaks up the delicious butter and chutneys, while the outside stays nice and crispy. The sev and chana dal provide another type of crunch, while the veggies add a hint of freshness. The veggie tour was a blast, but it didn't quite manage to fill the black hole I call my stomach. So let's tackle another challenge, hunting down the best late night eats that Mumbai has to offer. First stop, a late night dinner at Mystery Eery. Our journey into the wee hours kicks off at 9 p.m. This is when the city comes alive. This food spot serves up a jaw-dropping pizza dish with a side of overstimulation.
This is just not a meal place, it's an experience. We have projector room, we have VR gamings, we have an outside cozy sitting area, we have Alexa to play all your playlists when you're partying around. You can brew your own coffee, you can make your own waffles.
Aside from the diverse entertainment, they've got Indian food infused with flavors from all around the globe.
So far we have reached to Korean, Mexican and Italian.
Okay, well maybe just some of the globe, but today we're here for something special. Introducing the double-decker pizza. This pizza goes by another name that just might get this video demonetized.
When we served it to our guests, they came up with this amazing creativity and we named it 69 after our guests recommended it to us.
Begin by melting butter in a pan, because everything that's good starts with butter. Add onions, carrots, and my personal vegetable hero, cucumber. Now unleash the chaos with pizza sauce, barbecue sauce, and chopped parsley for that Italian finesse. Grab 2 pre-made pizza pies, because while we're at it, why not offend Italy a bit?
Mamma mia, what have they done to my pizza?
Now slather on the pizza sauce, followed by our sautéed veggie mixture. Next, fry 4 onion rings and break them apart on top of the pizza, followed by a downright indecent amount of cheese.
Wait a minute.
Cap it off with the other pizza bread. Finally, toss the double-decker pizza into the panini press for 5 minutes. Italians might raise an eyebrow at this pizza creation, but here in Mumbai, locals are absolutely wild about it. It takes a classic recipe from distant lands and reimagines it, showcasing the whimsy of the city's mad food scientists who prioritize flavor over conformity. The time is now 11 p.m. and we're venturing to a food spot where the unconventional meets generosity. Brace yourself for a dish that not only surprises your taste buds, but also lets you decide how much to pay. That's right, at this restaurant, you grab a plate and pay however much you want.
I got this inspiration from Singapore. Me and my friends visited one restaurant. They had a concept of pay as you wish, where they served South Indian thalis. It's a healthier choice and light choice because it's made from fresh vegetables, and usually people prefer light food at dinner time.
Meet American chop suey, a culinary rebellion straight from the vibrant streets of Mumbai, crafted by the ingenious Chef Dhruv. This dish defies expectations, offering an Indian twist on the Chinese-American classic. These crispy egg noodles are taking a plunge into hot oil, setting the stage for an explosion of flavors. Deep-fried cauliflower, button mushrooms, baby corn, onions, tomatoes, green bell peppers, and spring onions. Once they're soft, set them to the side. Now for the sauce. Season the oil with chopped garlic and ginger. Then add water, ketchup, red chili sauce, white pepper, black pepper, seasoning powder, chopped green chilies, and that oh-so-delicious Szechuan sauce. The veggies make a triumphant return, soaking up every drop of our spicy elixir. Finally, pour everything together over our fried egg noodles and serve. Behold a delicious alternative to those bedside melatonin capsules, ensuring a sweet yet satisfying food coma. The oily fried egg noodles act as a crunchy sponge for the sweet and spicy sauce, while the fried vegetables offer a comforting bite. Much like other noodle dishes, devouring it swiftly is recommended, but rest assured it's totally savor-worthy. It is now midnight in Mumbai, and here's the thing, we still have a solid 3 hours to complete our mission. Luckily for us, there are still plenty of foods to explore, and our next destination, the Egg Station, is cracking the egg game wide open. These experts boast 58 egg-centric dishes, all on their menu. Meanwhile, I can barely make an omelet.
God damn these eggs.
Today, we're here for their fiery Hyderabadi egg tikka, a spicy semi-gravy dish that originated in, you guessed it, Hyderabad, a city known for some of the spiciest dishes in India. Start by adding chopped red onions, tomatoes, and scallions to a flat top. Top it with green masala paste, salt, chili, and a few scoops of ghee. Combine everything using Karachi spatulas before mashing it with a hand masher. Once you get the smooth paste texture, mix in chopped boiled eggs and a few scoops of palak paste, also known as spinach. Mix it well and add a bit more water, ghee, and a sprinkle of fresh coriander. These spicy eggs are the perfect midnight awakening, boiled to perfection. They're resurrected with a potent blend of intense peppers and the invigorating touch of spinach paste. Now, the true test of our overnight adventure unfolds, because in Mumbai, the legal sale of food is limited to midnight. Right now, it's 1:30 a.m. The streets are getting quiet, but we found ourselves at a street food stall willing to take the ultimate risk. These guys specialize in the most consumed late-night food in all of Mumbai, the Masala Paji, found outside every single train station in the city.
So we were serving normal pav bhaji since 2016, and we were not satisfied with the taste of pav bhaji we were serving because of the unusual masalas available in the market. So since so many years, we started reinventing the pav bhaji, and finally we came up with our own in-house made masalas, which was procured from Kerala, and we have invented more than 15 varieties of pav bhaji, which is loved by everyone.
To make this daring dish, start by melting butter on a hot tawa and add chopped onions, green bell peppers, tomatoes, salt, coriander powder, red chili chutney, and water. Let the flavors blend together in our cooking vessel for 2 to 3 minutes. Then add even more butter. We're ordering food at 1:30 a.m., so clearly we don't care about the calories. Next, chop up a pav bread into small cubes to soak up all those savory flavors. Finally, add chopped fresh coriander, mix, and serve. Masala pav is like an Indian twist on savory French toast, bursting with powerful spices. The pav doesn't just soak up sauces, it transforms into a soft, flavorful delight with every bite. Finally, the clock has struck 3 a.m., a time I haven't seen since my 20s. And let's not do the math on how long ago that was, okay? The question is, can you actually find food to eat at 3 a.m.? And the second question is, if you do find it, will it be any good? Well, let's talk about our final destination, a nocturnal food cart with a 4-decade legacy, specializing in serving the ultimate comfort food in Mumbai, vegetarian pulao. So is it worth the sleep deprivation? Let's find out. Get your tawa hot and ready. Then add a generous dollop of butter. Sprinkle in chopped red onions and green bell peppers for that flavor base. Then tomatoes, potatoes, green peas, and fresh coriander. Season with salt, chopped masala, and chili chutney. Let the flavors dance together before an encore of more butter to elevate the base. Now enter the star of the show, the cooked rice, complete with more fresh coriander, salt, and a squeeze of lemon. Give it a final mix, then serve with butter and fresh coriander on top. If you're ever peer pressured into staying up until the ungodly hour of 3 a.m., well, this dish might be your savory salvation. Fragrant rice, steeped in the familiar embrace of Indian spices and buttery goodness. Every bite is like a dream, prompting you to get seconds or maybe even thirds. After all, at this time of day, we're practically eating breakfast. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have successfully survived a whole night of eating 5 incredible dishes in Mumbai without falling asleep on a random park bench. But now I gotta know, which late-night dish resonated with you the most? Was it the two-faced double-decker pizza, the pay-as-you-wish chop suey, the egg-filled Hyderabadi tikka, the infamous masala pav, or the time-tested veg palao? For me, I'll throw my hat into the ring for the Hyderabadi tikka on any night of the week. Those spicy eggs and that rich spinachy sauce was no joke. Now I have a new egg dish to add to my arsenal. So how about you? Which one of these would you try? Let us know your favorite downstairs in the comments below. And for more indulgent feast for your senses, be sure to subscribe to Best Ever Food India. Thanks, bye! Elevate your style with our brand new clothing collection. Rock out in our threads, feel the thrill of culinary adventures, and celebrate with us in style. Head on over to beffers.shop today.